Alright, hello. So this is going to be a Simulacrum sort of showcase of the R stacker that I showed off in the previous video. We have made some upgrades and some pretty significant changes to the build. Not huge ones, but enough to make a difference. And I wanted to just sort of show off what it's capable of now, as it was one of the most recent Simulacrum runs I did, and it's pretty typical for how this build's been. It was very smooth, very nice. So we're starting off at wave 24 here. Figured I'd just commentate over it rather than just put a music on. I was gonna just put a music track over this video and upload it, but I was looking through the YouTube audio library, and none of those songs really did much for me, and I didn't really want to bother trying to find other royalty-free songs, so now you just have to listen to me waddle on about nothing. But yeah, as you can see, at this point, we can pretty much just stand still in the middle of the Simulacrum and just hold down right-click and keep our buffs up and sort of clear everything while tanking most hits. For most waves, we can do that, even up to wave 30. It depends kind of on how many chaos damage mods the wave has, usually. So if it has a few of those, you might have to move a bit every once in a while, but usually you can sort of just AFK and keep your buffs up. So for those of you who are not familiar with this build, this is an R stacker in 3.17 Arch Nemesis. It's running, I think, 13 or so auras. I've made videos on it in the past, and I'm going to make videos on it just after this video, a few days from now, going over the changes, and eventually I'll probably make a proper guide video for it, rather than just the sort of vlog-style builder review videos that I've done. But yeah, it's working out quite well. We are on the second week of Siege of the Atlas, Arch Nemesis, right now, and I think I'm very happy with the progress so far. We've actually not... currency-wise, I don't think I've spent that much more net-wise from the last video. I don't think I've spent that much on upgrades, because since we've been making pretty significant changes, I've actually been selling a lot of my old gear, and that has been able to fund the changes I made. But basically, I can sort of summarize the big changes that I've made, and then I'll go through them more properly in another video. That's not just a showcase. And by the way, here you can see me do a trade, because this dude wanted to buy 20x jewel from me. So sorry for breaking up the video, but 20x is 20x. But yeah, so basically the big changes are we changed out the necklace for the new Ash of the Star necklace instead of All's Uprising. I was sort of hesitant to do that in the past because I figured that from what I've seen of the numbers, it was very comparable to. Because we'd probably have to drop an aura in order to do that, right, to fit it in. And if we were doing that, it was very negligible. It was very much a side grade at that point, which made me not really want to do the hassle of going through it. But I figured out that if we drop the large cluster and get another Voices, we actually have enough of the reservation to where we don't have to drop an aura, which then makes that neck a huge upgrade, because we can do stuff like get Anomalous Spark, which gives us Pierce, and with the extra quality from the neck, since the neck gives 30 quality to our skill gems, we get enough Pierce to where we don't need the Pierce support gem anymore, which means we can run another damage support. So that's one of the cases where it just gives a lot of damage. Obviously it gives levels to Spark as well, which is really strong, and gets a bunch of defenses from the auras that have a bunch of nice alt qualities. So I'll go through that more thoroughly in another video, but for now, you can see how it does in this Simulacrum. So we're on wave, 26 now, I think, and just melted the bosses, which is quite good. So buff-wise, the things that I'm basically paying attention to in these Simulacrums is the standard aura stacking stuff. You want to keep Smite up at all times, and you want your Flask up, and you want your Vol Haste up. So those are the big three buffs I have, and obviously those I try to keep up as much as possible. Actually kind of hard to keep Smite up sometimes, because you end up just killing everything before you can hit it, which is a good problem to have, no doubt. You can see that I'm also I've started running Blood Rage, so it's interesting. I've managed to get an open gem slot, and I figured Blood Rage does give us frenzy charges, also, you can see here in this wave, I think there's some sort of damage mod that this stuff actually hurts me a bit, so I have to move around a bit. That's why you can see me dashing around a bit. But it's, as you can also see, it's not too bad. But yeah, so we're getting frenzy charges now from Blood Rage. I've been quite happy running Blood Rage. The big problem with the Blood Rage is obviously that we are quite starved for sockets, but I got another shield which has graze on it, which made me able to fit it, so that was quite nice. Otherwise, it's pretty similar. Oh yeah, we're also running a ES on hit watch design now, which is massive. So I was not running that in the last video, and you could see that from the short Wave 30 clip I had. But yeah, having one of those, like the watch design I have now is actually quite bad. Like, it has no damage models on it, but just the ES on hit is so strong, and it just gives you so much sustain that it's just so worth it. And I'll show it off in the next video. But yeah, we are getting into the later waves here, and you can see that difficulty-wise, not much has changed. It's very, very smooth, and you can see that. You can see also how good Spark is at doing simulacrums, right? I think it must be. I mean, it's probably the best simulacrum skill, right? You very consistently get at least 6 rewards every wave. As you can see, I've probably gotten 6 from every wave, I think. And this is one of the, it's not the best layout. The best layout is bridge encampment, I think. That layout's really good for Spark. But yeah, you minimum get 6 rewards on the double boss waves. You sometimes get 7 depending on how the spawns work out. I almost get 7 at, I believe, one of the last waves here, but the spawns sort of fucked me on that. But yeah, this is basically the reward tiers. We're at the point now where our play doesn't matter too much. It's basically just RNG up to what arena you have. So bridge encampment, you get 6 every time, and then 7 on the ones that you can, which is the double boss spawn waves. But yeah, on this layout, it's sort of a mishmash. Usually you don't get 7, but you get 6 on pretty much everything. So it's very nice. Yeah, Spark is just made for this. Like, they're so small, in closed spaces, that pretty much everything just overlaps with Spark, and you get maximum damage. So here we are at wave 29, getting in there, and yeah, I'm pretty sure there's just no problems here at all. Now, this is not like, I'm not completely immortal. I have died in these simulacrums with this setup before. Occasionally you get the random one shot. I'm still working on that, so the build's not like perfect or anything, even though this run is deathless. I am occasionally getting deaths, but they are definitely much rarer than they were before, and you can see me sort of just tanking coasters here. It's kind of funny, but yeah. See, this is pretty good. Pretty good wave actually for the bosses. It's very nice when the bosses just jump into you. Sometimes Kosa spawns like off in a corner and just decides to insta beam, which means he doesn't move and then just gets stuck in the corner and doesn't want to come to you. That shit's annoying. But yeah, unfortunately, well, yeah, we get 7 here. It's pretty good. We also get a bunch of skill effect duration from the neck quality stuff. It's very nice. But yeah, we are making our way here to the last wave. Sort of questioning my decision to narrate this video. Seems kind of pointless, but we're not making high art here or anything. It's a Path of Exile video, Gotta lower your standards a bit. But yeah, this is wave 30. We're doing quite well, and I think this had a chaos mod on it, but I sort of just ended up ignoring it. So you can see I can literally kind of just AFK here and keep my buffs up, and it's very comfy playstyle. I've really been enjoying this build, by the way, if you can't tell. It's been a good time. Been a very, very good time. So yeah, the Omniphobia just got deleted, and you can see here Kozas does the dumb beam thing where he doesn't want to go to you, so you have to go to him. Pretty annoying, but yeah, Kozas is dead as well. Yeah, you can see that the Spark DPS just goes through the roof here in these arenas because of the overlap. So yeah, this build is just really good for Simulacrum. But yeah, I believe that's this wave, so that's this video. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back in a day or two for a proper build overview for what we have done with the build and the changes, and I'll probably do like some other non-delirium content to showcase what the build can offer, because obviously not everyone wants to just grind deliriums or simulacrums like me. I'm obviously a bit whack in that sense, where I just like to do the same thing over and over again. But yeah, alright, thanks for watching, and I will see you in a few days, hopefully.